taps are hard, right? Maybe not to Takuya, but to your average kendama player, taps are one of the more difficult concepts. And in today's video, I'm gonna be kind of exploring my progression with taps. Personally, the most taps that I've done is 6. I'm going for 7 right now. So to kind of help me with my progression, I posted a story on Instagram asking if you guys had any tips. And I actually got a bunch of responses to that story, so shout out to you guys. The first thing that was brought up a bunch that I didn't really consider that much was just the way that you count taps. So some people count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They count in groups of 2s. Some people count in groups of 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm gonna keep that in mind when I'm trying to go for 7 taps. Another thing that a bunch of people brought up is just a straight pull up. So when you're pulling up, you wanna keep the ken as straight as possible. You don't want any twisting like this. So when you're doing the taps, it stays on this vertical plane and it stays relatively clean. That's something I've kind of known for a while, but it's always a nice reminder to have that you want to keep that as straight as possible. I feel like I do tap pretty close to my face. Like I feel like I tap pretty high up. I'll overlay some footage of me doing taps, and then I'll overlay some footage of people who are really good at taps doing their taps. I'm gonna try and aim to get it a little bit lower because there's people that say you want to keep it in this nice sweet spot right here. One last thing that people brought up was the weight of the tama and the ken. One person brought up that having a heavier tama, heavier in relation to the ken, helps for taps, which makes sense because if you're hitting it with something, you want that something to be a little bit heavier so you have a little bit more force to it. So to kind of test this out, I'm gonna be first weighing this Marta Soul Kendama's 1-Up. I'm gonna be using 2 1-Up shapes here. They're just the best kendamas I have for taps. 83 grams, 80 grams for the ken. So this is somewhat of an ideal setup. 78 and 78. Wow, okay. This thing is perfectly weight matched. That's kind of insane. But in terms of what they said, it looks like this might be the better setup to use. So I'll try out both of these. I'll kind of feel it out and see which one feels better. But based off that measurement there, or that weighing, this kendama right here should be the one to go with. All right, day 1 of the journey to 7 taps. I usually like to tap outside, but it's a little bit too cold for that. I'm gonna warm up a little bit and then maybe start going for it. We'll see. We'll see how the taps feel today. All right, so at the beginning of the session here, I was kind of getting the 4s and the 5s relatively consistently. I did switch to the Marta because it was just tapping a little bit better with that heavier tama. However, one thing I did find was that the 4 taps were kind of, for some reason, being an obstacle for me. There's something, like, my brain just like mentally stops me at 4. I don't know why. I've just done quad taps so much that I'm like conditioned to stop there, you know? I need to like rewire my brain. It's annoying. Ooh, the taps are, ooh, okay. Oh, that was 6. I went for the 7th. I will say, I feel like I know I can do this trick. Like, I'm getting close. I've done 2 6 taps already. There's something just like mentally, I feel like maybe I'm not ready for it, or like maybe I just don't want the trick bad enough, you know? It's like get to 6, but then like just going for 7 feels like, I don't know, it's so weird. I feel like it's just a mental barrier right now. It's mostly what it is. Oh, I keep stopping there, dude. It's just like habit. First time, not first time, but first time today, hitting that 7th tap. Was not close to juggling out at all, but. Okay, I think I know how I'm gonna think about this trick now. I'm gonna think going for 6 and then just adding 1 more, because I can do 6 relatively consistent. Not consistent, but I can get there. So that's what my mental state is gonna be, how to think about it. I was definitely hitting my groove here. I'm not gonna lie. I was hitting 6s pretty consistently, getting to the 7th tap pretty consistently as well. Telling myself to think of it as just 6 and then 1 was definitely helpful. Yo! Oh, that was so close. If I hit that 7th, I had so much, I was pretty high up still. Ugh. Six one. So here I am just tapping away, making everybody upstairs angry, probably. And then all of a sudden, I got pretty freaking close. Oh! Yo! Come on. So here it is, the closest attempt I got on day one. We got to the 7th tap and got to the swap and actually caught the Ken, so I'm pretty happy with that progression. After this, though, I kind of hit a little bit of a lull, and maybe it's just because I kind of mentally checked out, but I wasn't really getting that close after that really close attempt, which was kind of a bummer. I think I might wrap up this sesh. Closest we got was hitting 7 taps, and I was able to swap out. I just didn't juggle the spike, couldn't get that. But one thing that someone said to me was, make sure you really have your 4s and 5s down. I do have my 4s down. I can get them close to every try, I feel like, but I feel like I've neglected the 5s a little bit. I haven't done those nearly as much as I probably should. So for the last little bit there, I was just kind of grinding some 5s, getting a little bit better at those. So I might just do that for tomorrow's session as well, as just like do 5s and 6s maybe even. Yeah, I just feel like even when I get to the 7th tap, there's not much chance of me juggling out of it just because I'm pretty low, I'm pretty out of control. I really want to hone in these 5s and 6s first and then start really going for the 7. Yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. I'll see you then. Okay, day 2 of the 7-tap journey. It's a little bit warmer, so we're outside today. I haven't played Dalma at all, so I'm gonna just start warming up here a bit, and then we'll see how the taps feel. Maybe I'll do some quad tap, 4-tap, 6-tap lines. But yeah, I'll just play it by ear, play it by how I'm feeling. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so if I'm being honest, this sesh was not that great. It was a little bit disappointing. What I was kind of focusing on with this sesh was just kind of dialing in the 5s and the 6s, trying to mix those into some lines with some 4s maybe. I think the wind was definitely a factor here. It was definitely kind of messing with my taps. As if you guys play kendama, you obviously know wind can easily mess up any trick that you're going for. Even just a slight wind, it just kind of throws everything off a little bit. So that was definitely something I had to deal with in this sesh. I'm not going to spend too much time kind of covering this day because a lot of it was just not even really going for the 7, just trying to dial in those 5s and 6s like I said. I will actually show you guys some really tight 4s and 5s, and I think I even got 1 6 on this day. Yeah, just those lower taps felt a little bit tighter, if that makes sense. I just felt like I had a little bit more control over them. So yeah, here's some of those pretty tight 4s, 5s, and again, I think a 6 as well. Okay, so it's been a couple days since that last part I filmed. I feel like sometimes when I'm grinding a trick, I can just get too wrapped up in trying it every single day. And I feel like sometimes just taking a break for a couple days almost makes me better once I come back. It kind of lets the muscle memory kind of sear into my brain, if that makes sense. Because I was just trying some taps this morning and they were feeling a lot better than they ever have, to be honest. So I'm gonna try and go for it today. In the last session, I was using this setup, but there is a little bit of a problem. We're getting some more chippage. There's a second chip really close to forming right there. So I think I'm just gonna use the Shadow mod. That's what I was using this morning. And even though, like I said, the weights aren't ideal, it's just a little bit of a fresher base cut and the taps are feeling pretty good on it. So I think I'm gonna be using this. All right, I'm gonna save you guys the boring voiceovers and I'm just gonna show you my best attempts of this sesh. 8? What? Oh, no! Bro, come on. No. No! I could have juggled, bro. I mean, I get the excitement, but no. No, you couldn't have juggled out of that. Look at how low the tama is. What? Dude. Oh, that's the closest I've got. That's the closest I've got. Alright, I think I'm gonna end this sesh right now. No success today, but I did get pretty close, as you saw there. I mean, I hit 7 tap a lot more than I ever have in any sesh, and I almost got a juggle out of it. On that one, I think the string just kind of screwed me up there. And yeah, right now kind of what my mindset is, I was struggling at the beginning of the sesh, just like getting over the barrier again of just like sending it for the 7 tap. So what I'm thinking of when I'm going for it is just do a 6 tap and then add 1 more, because I'm confident that I can do 6 taps. So it's like when I think of, before I go for it, if I think of, okay, I'm gonna do a 7 tap now, it's almost like too daunting and it seems too hard, like that's too many to get. But if I think, okay, I'll just do a 6 tap and then I'll add 1 more, I tell myself, okay, you're just doing a 6 tap here. And then once I get there, I'm like, okay, might as well send it. Let's go for the 7th. Maybe that's holding me back a little bit because I feel like maybe it's making that 7th tap just a little bit too low, so I don't have enough time to juggle out of it. But yeah, I'm just trying to think, do a 6 tap, do it as tight as you can, do the best 6 tap you can possible, and then go for the 7th. And I think that's kind of what got me close today. This setup, honestly, it's working pretty well. I mean, it doesn't tap as easily as that Marta setup, but the taps are straighter, and I think it's just, I'm getting used to it a little bit more. So the taps are becoming a little bit easier on this thing. So I think I'll be using this going forward. Honestly, pretty happy with the sesh today. I think I'm obviously improving. Even just like the 5 taps, I can get them more often now. The 6 taps, I feel like I'm more confident with those now. So even if I'm not hitting the 7 yet, at least I'm just training myself to get better at those. I was very discouraged after that second day where I just didn't see any progress at all. I was like, why am I even making this video? Should I even be making this video? But after today, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'll continue with this. I mean, if you're seeing it, obviously I continued with it. Decent sesh. I'll see you guys whenever I see. All right, it's been a while. It's been a while since that last clip. It's been like a month since the last clip that you guys just saw, and I'm sitting down here today because let me just spoil it and say it happened. Okay, it happened, and I didn't get it on camera. So, no, I'm kidding. I did. I got it on camera. Yeah, I filmed it. It happened. I'm gonna play the clip right now. I did miss the spike once, but then I got it like 13 minutes after. Overall, the sesh today was like an hour, so it wasn't even that long of a sesh. Let's roll the clip, and then I'll kind of talk about it after. Alright, so there it is. There was the 7 tap. I was unbelievably hyped. I did not know what to do with myself, so I just kind of hucked the Dama in the air. How fitting is it that we did it on an analog? I did it on an analog, you know? This is the Maple 2B from Analog. Fresh bass cup, fresh Dama in general. The taps were feeling good. I kind of went out there. I got a 4-4-4, so 4 tap, throw, 4 tap, throw, 4 tap. Those were feeling good. And then I just kind of decided to send it and go for it. And like I said, it took an hour. So it wasn't too bad. It feels good to finally have this trick landed and finally cross it off the list. I feel like what I kind of learned over this past, I've been wanting this trick for like 3 months. The course of this video has been like a month and a half maybe. But over this, specifically this month and a half, I've kind of noticed that you can't really force it with taps. I feel like at the beginning there, I was trying to go every single day and try to sesh every day, film every day, and kind of track the progression that way. But I felt like I was kind of just burning myself out and it wasn't really working. So I felt like the best option was just to kind of just play kendama naturally and then it'll come. And that's kind of what happened between in that 1 month where I didn't really film for this video at all. I was just kind of seshing and I was doing taps in my normal sessions. I wasn't explicitly like setting out for each sesh to be an attempt at 7-tap. And I feel like I had more fun that way. I played a lot more that way. And yeah, eventually I just built up the skill enough with those like 4, 5s, and 6s, and just having that control in general to feel like I could finally get the 7. I mean, it's still not like the cleanest thing ever. Like my taps, they're still like kind of close to my face, you know? You'll see in that 7-tap clip, like they're still up here quite a bit and they're not as tight as I would like them to be. When I was first setting out to do the 7-tap journey, I wanted to get them really tight, like in the pocket, you know, because you see a lot of people just kind of have it in this pocket right here. So I don't think I'm there yet, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for this video. We did it. We did the 7-tap. I'm unbelievably hyped. I'm gonna just keep going for higher numbers. I think I'm gonna go for 8. Maybe I'll start trying it tomorrow because, like I said, it's a freshie. The taps are feeling good right now. So, and also, Kendamanomics is dropping some tap levels next week, I believe. So, kind of getting ready for those, and maybe I'll do a video on those as well. So we'll see. Hopefully, this inspires some of you guys to get out there and learn some new kendama tricks, progress, and just have some good grinds. Because again, the most progression you're gonna ever have is just long grinds where you're really challenging yourself. I found that to be true with this month, but also make sure to have fun. Don't be so hard on yourself that it makes you not want to play kendama. You know, you still need to have that level of fun. You still need to do tricks that you're good at, tricks that you have fun with. You need to throw those in every once in a while, because if I was just doing 7-tap for a month straight or trying to do that, I would have lost my mind. And I was already kind of starting to lose my mind after that like 3rd day. So that's it. That's the 7-tap journey. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.